Hello, Cherie Hanson here. I had this revelation that came to me today about, well, some people call it disruption, but I call it bait and switch. So often I have been very, very successful when I treat myself as if I were a 2-year-old. The 2-year-old wants what the 2-year-old wants. The 2-year-old used to want sugar, cake, fattening things, and the 2-year-old was pushing close to 180 pounds. That's big for a 2-year-old, isn't it? And the work addiction, got to get up. What's happening is the demons are starting to scream and rattle the cage. So let's get up and get moving and get some adrenaline shot in there to just shut them up. So many times in my life, I was in a place where I thought I didn't know how to change. I simply had never practiced it. And that's a mind habit. It's a mind habit. How do I change my behavior? And people often say, oh, I can't do that. But if you think of yourself like a 2-year-old and you're playing with a knife, something that's going to end up giving you a scar, cancer, mental unhappiness, depression, then you have to learn to substitute, to disrupt. So let's stay focused on something that a lot of other people do, and that is they have alcohol, because alcohol is really good at deadening your emotions. It's a depressant. And you say, oh, if you're depressed, why would you take a depressant? Because it's cutting off the signal that the depression is trying to send you. The depression is talking to you. See, it's over here. Here's your depression showing your life isn't working. You're not succeeding. Your body is unhappy. You don't like the way you're treating yourself. And so we have to have some alcohol to shut that up. And the interesting circle about anxiety is people who have social anxiety, and it's really interesting. Sometimes those people are very extroverted. They're all out there meeting people because they get their sense of validation, of reward from other people smiling at them and telling them they're beautiful and wonderful and being around them. And they're trying to use other people around them to stuff the empty hole they have in themselves because they were not loved properly or enough when they were children. So they're constantly have this, gap. One of my counselors said once, it's so much like a barrel that has holes in it all along the barrel. So people are pouring more and more water in, the liquid of love, the liquid of attention, but it just leaks out again, and then you end up still empty. So as you're facing this cognitive dissonance, we're taught in our society, all you need to do is drink. And if you drink, you're going to suppress the alarm that's going off. It's like going to a smoke detector and just taking the battery out. That's all you're doing. So if you're drinking, when you have social anxiety or when you have a base level anxiety, it's cutting off the message that could actually help you. Right now I feel afraid. Right now I feel unloved. Right now I feel there's something wrong with me. We need to let that siren go off. So what we can do instead is, instead of the alcohol, you can take high flavanol chocolate powder and have 2 cups of that a day, which is really good for your brain. It's good for your body. It helps you heal, and it gives you that sort of kick of sweetness, of a sugar experience, but it's not something that is going to actually harm you in the long term. If you're feeling that you're about to burst because your body is talking to you, your soul is talking to you, you've got a team, you've got your guides and your angels and your brain and your soul and your body, and they're all yelling at you. And what I would do when that was happening is I would just work really hard. Like, work. I'm going to just have accidents and end up painting the entire living room. But now I've understood that when that kind of feeling comes up, I go out and walk in nature, because being in nature causes you to calm the hell down. You're using up that pent up anxiety and self-directed anger and fear in a way that is healing you and is growing you. So here's a suggestion I have for you. I'm going to treat you right now like you're one of my clients I'm coaching. Make a list, make a chart, make it beautiful. Do some kind of graphics or coloring or stickers and sparkles and dragons on the corners, where you put a behavior that you know is sabotaging yourself. Let's say, for instance, it's buying something. I'm going to go out and buy something, which gives me a sense of power. It also gives me a sense of validation, because if I show up to the club, I am wearing the right thing, I am driving up in the right car, I have the right look, so they're going to let me into the club. And that's what so much of that is about, is validation. So now you decide, and this is something that I did, which was really interesting. When I would have this urge to go out and just buy something to make me feel more powerful, and I was interrupting that urge, I'd put a whole, I had 27 pair of shoes I gave away last year. I never wore them. I know, it's a cliche female thing. I mean, I would have to have been 2 centipedes to have those shoes be worn. So what I did was I added up the amount of money that was in my cart. So I have $150 worth of goods in my cart. I've got $200 worth of goods in my cart. And I would take everything back and put it on the shelf, and then I would go to my bank account and I would put the $200 into my savings. I was willing to spend that. I was willing to throw it away for instantaneous reinforcement, pleasure, habit, capitalist consumer enthrallment, slave mind. But what happened was, it became easier and easier to not be out there pushing a cart trying to find a substitute for love. And the other part that was good was I ended up paying down all my debts from my savings account. $78 worth of boots. Nope. That's going to go into paying off my mortgage sooner or paying off the car. So this is something that I can tell you really, really works. Make the chart, and you'll have here a behavior that you cultivate, that you welcome in, that you see nothing wrong with in the short term. And then put in the middle column, what's driving that. So if I would work furiously, I was trying to not hear the voices in my head saying I was worthless. I'm not worthless, I work. Take that, voices in my head. And then the next column is going to be your way of diverting your 2-year-old another behavior that you can substitute for the damaging behavior. It really works. It may take time. You're building a habit, but it works. I spend money, I eat sugar, I take long naps. I used to sleep 12, 13 hours at a time when I finally collapsed. And all of that can be retrained, and you can do it. Make the chart and see what you're actually doing and how that is sabotaging who you want to be, and put down a substitute behavior. It could be something as simple as, I have to be with people. I'm going to go out, and that means I'm going to have to spend money, and you think, but I feel really complete in myself and at peace when I'm drawing. Maybe when I have that urge, I could just sit down and draw, or write a song, or sing, or dance, do something creative. You know you best. I just suggest you try it out. It really does work. Discipline is a way you show devotion to yourself. It's the greatest act of love that you can give yourself. Thank you so much. Subscribe, please. I need to see the numbers go up. I really want to hit that, the 1,000 subscribers. Help me get there. And if you want to have a coaching session, get a hold of me. I can give you an hour's time. I can use my channel, my psychic ability, to read your energy and see where the hole is that you need to work on, and suggest some methodologies for helping you create the kind of life you want, and you create that contract with me. I want to thank you so much for stopping and watching this video. The people who stop and watch and give me a thumbs up or make a comment are so kind, and it really kind of keeps me going, like, am I helping anyone? I'm trying. Is it happening? So the feedback is nice. I appreciate you.